Hi guys, I am Trish with Unique Me 303 Healing and Empowerment. I have been guided to make a video about one of the stories I was telling, and I made 2 videos in the past couple days about why I left the church, why I quit going to church, why I meditate, carry crystals, and I had shared a story about an out-of-body experience that I had with Jesus, and this was quite a jarring experience. It was very unique. It wasn't anything like anything I had ever experienced, and a lot of people have sent me messages asking me to please finish the rest of the story because I didn't finish it. And I guess a lot of people realized that I hadn't finished it, and they were correct. I hadn't finished it. But anyway, when you're making a video, you just go with the flow, and I didn't know what was going to come out in those videos, but I'm going to go ahead and share with you the, let me see if you guys can see me better if I wipe that off. Sorry, guys, it's a hot mess. So anyhow, I apologize for the streaks. I can't get them off. I've been out in the sun sweating and stuff, so that's why that is so streaked up because of my face sweat or what have you. But okay, let me get back on track. So I am just going to share the whole experience that I had with Jesus, and hopefully I don't miss any of the parts because it's a really good story. But anyway, I was studying the Bible a lot for hours and hours and hours upon hours for several months, and was learning truths and falsities of the Bible at this time. Was asking to connect with the supernatural experiences like I was having as a child, but to help me to release through those fears so that I didn't fear what I was actually connecting with like I did when I was a child, and blah, 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 blah. And I fell asleep on my couch one night, and I all of a sudden was having an out-of-body experience, or maybe I didn't even completely fall asleep, but I believe that I completely fell asleep because this is what happened. I was out of body in spirit, seeing myself laying on my couch, napping, and I was at my church, which, I was having this experience, and I'll share that in just a second. But then I was also standing in like this thing that looked like a glass snow globe, those globes that you shake up and they play music sometimes, and it'll be like little white specks of fake snow will be floating around in the water or what have you. It looked something like that without the snow. Standing next to Jesus, looking at myself, watching myself sleeping on the couch, as well as seeing this situation, event, whatever you want to call it, that was happening in the church. Okay, so I'm watching this experience that's happening in the church with Jesus standing next to me in this like snow globe type thing. And the experience that I seen was everybody was praising in the church, worshiping, speaking in tongues. It's a Pentecostal church, so everybody was speaking in tongues. There was just the choir was singing and everybody was praising. It was a typical Sunday service like we had. We got down with thanking the Lord and, things of that sort. And so all of a sudden, everybody got silent, including myself. My body started to hover, I guess that's the best way of saying it, hovered over the floor about a foot or so. And my legs crossed a little bit, just like I was Jesus on a cross. Or if you've seen an image of Jesus on the cross and his arms are like this, and his hands are down to the side, that's the way my body was positioned. And I just kept like levitating or hovering over the floor, and my body started to move out into the center aisle, in between, the 2 sections of pews, and moved up towards the front where we considered the altar area, or, the places where people would get prayer and healing and things of that sort. And my body turned towards the congregation, and everybody was silent. Everybody was kind of like in awe. There was like this, everybody was just, it was weird. It was very weird. They were in awe. Okay, they were in awe is what I'm hearing. And so I'm hovering there, and there was this energy or ribbons of the clothing that I was wearing, which was like capri pants or something of that sort, some sort of dress type pants, and a nice shirt. And they were being like shredded off of me, and like ribbons or strands of energy that were spiraling all the way around my body and going down to the floor. I was becoming naked or nude. But at the same time that was happening, I was seeing this new energy underneath my feet that was forming like this new ribbon of energy that was white and gold and very sparkly, like diamond, and not really glittery, but it was just so bright and shiny, and it was just brilliant. It was just beautiful. And it was a gown, and it was white and gold, and it just kept spiraling up in these ribbons of energy and forming this gown on me that had these beautiful gems that were all over the breast area of it and the shoulder part of it. And it didn't really have arms on it, but it was like kind of like a tank top deal. But it was just absolutely beautiful. I looked like a queen, princess, a bride, whatever you want to say. And my hair was like back and up, and there was like a bun right here, and my face was flawless, my skin was flawless, and you could just see everything was transforming on me. Okay, I later learned that this was me shedding the old and coming in with the new. My DNA was shifting and transforming so that I could become a light worker, a way shower for people that are not yet awakened to the truths and falsities of different things. But anyway, let me get back to my story. So as this happened, this new gown was being put onto me, and my skin was becoming olive colored, and I looked flawless, and I was beautiful. I was transformed. I was absolutely beautiful. My body started to be put back onto the floor. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see somebody that was walking into the church. Everybody's heads like turned that way, and it was like everybody's jaw dropped, and everybody went to their knees and bowed, had their heads down and bowed. Some people were even doing like this gesture. And so I looked to turn to see what they were looking at and why they were in such awe. And there was the presence of what I believed at that time was God. The presence of the face was the sun. It was just so bright, so brilliant, so magnificent. There's really not truly words to put or describe the face of the being that I seen. There was beautiful, white, curly, long hair. It was a masculine energy. A white robe with a gold tassel tied around the waist that went all the way down to the feet that were bare. There was no shoes. There was no socks. They were just bare. And instantly, I've always been confused about, I know that Jesus is the Son of God, and, but there's also been teachings and some churches that I've went to that, perceive Jesus as God itself. But this was kind of weird because the face to me was like source God. It was not an entity. It was not a being. It was not a whatever, but it was on where the face of a being would be, who I also perceived as Jesus. Okay, didn't look like the same Jesus that was standing next to me watching all of this happening, but I knew and I perceived it to be Jesus. Okay, so it was very confusing to me. However, instantly I bent down to kiss his feet, and he took his hand and put it on my chin and pulled me up and said, "No, child." And I woke up. And when I woke up, instantly I was angry. I was sad. I was very confused as to why he wouldn't let me kiss his feet. Because Jesus has always been my best friend. I have gave so much praise and worship to Jesus. I've always believed in him. I have, I know the stories. I've read the Bible, even though I forget things that I read. I've read the Bible many times, and I've just always had such love and such admiration and desire to be close to Jesus. So when this happened, it was like very confusing to me. First of all, he wasn't letting me do what I thought I was supposed to do, so it angered me, and it brought up something in me because I was taught, to worship him. But at this time, what he was trying to teach me, and I didn't know until a later date when I had another experience with him where some of the things that happened in this experience were revealed to me. But I didn't know that he was showing me that he's not to be worshipped, that he is just another being just like we are. He is the Son of God, just like we are the children of God. We are the daughters and the sons of God as well. He taught me that we are all just a speck of the creation itself, which is God in all its forms, which is just forms of love. From the highest form of love, which is bliss and harmony and complete balance, and feeling like you are creation itself, like you are the universe, like you are just, infinite, to the lowest of lows, which is, hate for one another. And, I know it's going to be hard for a lot of people to get with that, and it's not meant for you to get it until you get it. That was something I had to purge, and I had to process, and I had to work through, because a lot of teachings that I were taught are not real. And they were taught by people that were taught the same exact way. And, I can't put blame on anybody, but I do know that when we're meant to get the correct information, you'll get it, and it'll be so undoubtedly undeniable, because it'll be so miraculous of a way that you get the information. It'll be a divine intervention. It'll be some sort of astral travel or out-of-body experience, or where you're hearing nature just completely speak to you, and you don't know what the world just happened to you, but you've seen grass dancing. What? Right. There's going to be so many miraculous things are going to happen to people. And these experiences that I was having, out-of-body experiences with Jesus, was just one of several experiences that I have had with so many different beings. And I look forward to sharing these stories with you, other experiences that I've had with Jesus, experiences with dragons, with the fairies. Yes, they exist, guys. They do exist. You may not see them in this realm. Fairies exist in this realm as well, but you may not see them in this realm, but you're definitely divine enough to connect with them. You just got to get all the baggage and all the programming that we were taught that this stuff isn't real out of the way, so that you can connect with it. Anyway, so that was the end of the story with connecting with Jesus, and that particular first, that I remember anyway, out-of-body experience that I had and divine encounter. It really started a time of transformation in my life, to where I was meditating all the time. I got off a bunch of medicine, started having connections with beings from other planets and other realms as well. Just a lot of crazy things started happening. I started just having the ability to heal people of weird ailments and strange ways without touching them, without even having to be in the room, and things of that sort. And all of this stuff happened by getting in contact with Jesus, having these out-of-body experiences with Jesus, with angels that I have very close contact with now, with beings from other planets, with other versions of myself. Yes, we can connect with and tap into other versions of ourselves that are existing now, because we all are multidimensional beings. We exist in many different existences at this time simultaneously, learning all kinds of different life lessons, and we can do many things to change those timelines, to heal those timelines, to not carry the karma over from one timeline to another. Those are just some of the things that I've learned by connection with these beings. So I'm going to challenge everybody to meditate, commit to it until you get to a place of silence. You'll know exactly what I mean, because you'll feel bliss. You'll feel an energy of a void, where you feel everything but nothing at the same time, where you feel divinity in all of its forms, where you feel like you exist but don't exist. You may not feel your body, but yet you know that you're there. Just a crazy experience. That's called 0 point energy. Anyway, I hope that you guys will take some of my suggestions and meditate, seek God in all of its forms, because God is the energy of love. And at least in my understanding at this time, my understanding has changed quite a bit over the years. And as I evolve and as I get more and more connected, my truths, my understandings change. And that's okay, because whatever is true for me today is true for me today. And whatever is true for you is true for you. No judgment. And I hope that I don't get any back. Anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Much love to you guys. Bye.